I finally got the Nomad running again after I snapped the hanger attempting some no-foot cans.
Broken the derailleur hanger. Jesus Christ. Cracked her.
So with the Nomad back in action, that means I can teach you 4 ultra steezy moves you can pretty much do on any jump where you get a decent amount of airtime. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm no pro rider or anything, so I may not be the best person to learn from, but I do have all the basics covered. Might even help since it wasn't that long ago I learned all these tricks, and the basics might even be fresh in my mind. First up is the classic Suey no-hander. It's a pretty versatile trick you can take almost anywhere, from drops to steep lifts. In my opinion, yes, you might have a different one, but oh well. The Suey is the easiest on this list to get dialed. So once you learn to take the hands off, you just need to get the hands further back and nose the bike in. The first step of the Suey is to clamp the seat with your legs. Whether you're clamping the seat at your knees, calves, or wherever, it doesn't matter. As long as you've got a clamp and the bike ain't gonna drop. Once the seat is clamped, you just want to gradually get bigger when taking your hands off. There's no need to go massive and just, well, die. When you're doing a Suey, if your landing is relatively steep, you might notice you're landing a little rear wheel heavy, and you aren't matching the landing. That's okay, but to combat this, try and pull up more off the lip, and take your hands off a bit later. Next up on the list is the T-bog, or Toboggan. Originally I struggled with the T-bog, I just couldn't get the correct body position, but now it's pretty much my go-to trick, which I can do on pretty much any jump. The first step of the T-bog is to just grab the seat. Starting off, just grab the seat, then gradually hold the seat for longer and longer. Begin to turn your bars more and more. Once you've got the muscle memory of turning the bars and grabbing your seat, you can start adding in your own steers. When I do T-bogs, I like to go a little faster than normal, pull up more than normal, and instead of moving my body and arms back to extend the trick, I like to throw the bike forward, catch the seat on its way forward, and keep my body in a similar position. To add in a little extra flair to my T-bogs, I also like to flick that back end out a bit. I do this by grabbing the seat on a bit of an angle and pushing the back end out. The second to last trick on this list is the big tuck no-hander. This one's probably less common on the big bikes just because it's more work to get the front end up on a mellow jump, but nevertheless, still very possible. I'm not a whiz at tuck no-handers, and I'm still not amazing at them, but I can certainly get the hands out and the bars to my lap. What I need to work on is just tucking the bars into my lap more and getting my head and weight over the wheel for that added steeze. Whilst I'm not a wizard at them, I'm still going to give you some pointers. Your first step of the tuck no-hander is obviously the tuck, but it isn't all in your arms. After pulling back off the lip, you'll not allow the bike to float towards you while moving your body towards the bars. It isn't all about pulling with your arms. You have to shift your weight forward as well. If you just pull with your arms, you end up in a sketchy, uncomfortable position, and it becomes very difficult to convince your body to take your hands off. Just like the Suey, you can gradually take the hands off more and more, but instead of just throwing your hands back, you can throw them down, up, or to the side. And finally, the last on this list is the whip. And for a lot of people, the whip is the most stylish trick out there, and you can never really have the whip perfect. There's always room for improvement. With my whips, I like to lead with the bar turn, then follow with my hips. When lifting like this, your bar turn really determines how much you're able to get the back end out. A big violent bar turn usually helps you get the back end out a lot, and a more gentle bar turn will just nudge the back end out. A bit of a carve also helps. The whip's all about finding your own style, so the best thing I can recommend is just get out and practice. Here's a tip. Don't ever ride in the wind. It's just a death trap. It's a dumb idea. And then it might go calm for a bit, and then you hit the jump, and then you get a gust of wind. Then you go all squid, then you crash, then you're sore, and you look like this. Dirty. Yeah, wind just sucks. So that's 4 super steez freeride tricks you can do almost anywhere. Hopefully I've helped you on your way to learning some of these tricks, but the best thing you can do is stay positive and keep practicing.